Do you think they owe us an apology? I think so. And a fat check.
Welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T. And for my Married at First Sight Australian fans, I know it has been a while, but we have something to talk about once again. And it's this whole thing, if you haven't heard what's going on with Olivia Jackson and the OnlyFans stunt that happened on KIIS with Jackie O and Kyle. So before we break into this and break it all down, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button, and also feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So a couple of days or so ago, Married at First Sight Olivia Frazer had opened up about this disgusting stunt that Kyle and Jackie O pulled on Thursday after the hosts shared her boyfriend's Jackson's X-rated content during the show. Now, she did get candid with fans on Instagram, revealing that Jackson Lonely was mortified after his nude videos were mocked while being shown to Dominica Calarco and Ella Ding live on the show. And they also dropped a bombshell that her boyfriend is now considering legal action after the stunt, saying that what the host did was disgusting. So take a look.
Off Nick the other day on OnlyFans. What's his name?
Jackson.
Yeah,
is it Jackson?
There he is. There he is. Look.
Oh.
There he is. And that's her hand there. Do you like that?
So I will say Ella did come out and wanted to clarify that she had no idea that what she was going to be shown and that she was literally shocked. But it didn't stop there. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, Jack, you know what we saw this morning?
Yeah.
Babe, we saw something that I'm never going to unsee. We saw Jackson's OnlyFans. Willie.
Saw his Willie and Olivia's hand.
Johnson.
Well,
Yeah.
it's alleged that it's Olivia's little hand in there. Not
With rings on.
Yeah, with rings.
She was doing a job with rings on, babe. How do you feel about that?
No, chafing. We don't like that.
Yeah. No, but there was but it was thick
big rings.
doll. It wasn't a Cartier.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it was
my
something
Cartier
else.
doesn't come off when I'm doing it.
Okay, we're going to go to the ad break. We're going to watch watch that guy get jerked off one more time.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Now,
And
this
the
is
rest
the
of you-
18th time we've watched this video.
That's
When
right,
are we
ladies.
going to stop?
You're welcome anytime, girls.
And so the video that Kyle and Jackie O showed was off of Jackson's account. So he's the one whose content was allegedly stolen. Now it is up to Jackson to pursue any type of legal action, which he's thinking about, which Olivia had said. Now, while Jackson hasn't spoken out about the incident, his girlfriend said that his family is mortified and believes that it was very, very cruel. Now, she also on her IG slammed Dominica, saying that the podcast host should also be in trouble for consuming stolen content. Now, there has been a huge backlash from the Married at First Sight fans, with many rejoicing that Olivia is getting a taste of karma. But the star says that this incident is on a whole nother level. Take a look.
For Kyle and Jackie O to pull out from behind a paywall what Jackson and I do and ridicule it and shame us for it, when I've really been a massive, I've shouted from the rooftops, I'm not okay. I've barely survived MAFS. And I don't need to be shamed and have more hate and vitriol perpetuated towards me, especially from arguably one of the biggest shows in Australia. What is wrong with people? Like, what the I'm just going to put this out here for all media outlets, all of them, radio shows, journalists. I don't give a shit who you are. Give me a break. I've had enough. Please just leave me alone.
And she also mentioned that, the photos that were shown on the show was ones that were in a public setting, not behind a paywall. Check out the details on this.
I didn't consume stolen goods or footage of Dom because it was on Twitter that she'd posted herself. That's the difference. That would you saying that would be like me saying, "Oh my God, you saw a picture that I posted on my Instagram. You consume stolen goods." It doesn't make sense. I didn't put the video on Reddit. It's stolen content.
Stolen content.
People really have no idea what they're talking about. One, it's not online for a free-for-all. It is on Jackson's OnlyFans behind 2 paywalls. So you have to pay to subscribe to his profile. You have to pay for that message. It's not a free-for-all.
So what's being said is that it is illegal to share OnlyFans content, and it's considered stolen property. So even if it wasn't the content that it was, Kyle and Jackie O allegedly should be in a lot of trouble purely for distributing stolen content. And that's what she's trying to say. Olivia did confirm that the show host had not reached out after the show, saying that there definitely has not been any form of apology. And I mean, she said, you can't call out my behavior and not call out theirs. So a lot of folks and even other content creators were saying that this is pretty much hypocritical because what they did was worse than what it looks like it was on the show. And it comes out after Olivia broke down on social media after the stunt went viral. She's saying that she's been trying really hard, especially lately, to rise above all of this take the high road, trying to live in peace and kindness. And she said she tried not to speak negative things, as while we of course saw her tearing up. As for Kyle and Jackie O to pull out from behind a paywall, or even if it was sent to them from someone else pulling it behind the paywall, what Jackson and her chose to do and then ridicule it and shame it for them, it was massive for them. And as we saw, it looks like that, she's dealing with this, especially coming off the show, being the most hated in the whole country of Australia. She shouted from the rooftops that she is not okay. And mental health is extremely important. I always talk about that on this channel. And you guys obviously know how I feel about this when we did our lives and everything on this channel. So I wanted to talk with you guys about this. It's a pretty interesting storyline, but here's my thoughts. This particular storyline has gotten out of control, and my thoughts in regards to some of the things that I've said on previous lives about the fact that it had to be some fail-safes around that storyline in order for the production team and the network to even bring it up and use it. The other thing is that, and one of the other content creators talk about it, and go over to Anxious Ant channel. I'm going to link her video as well. Is that the conversation that happened around Dom's pictures? Nobody laughed at it. It was something that was brought up to say, hey, I found these pictures were sent to me. And then everybody was okay with it. The other cast members, there was no joking about it or anything. And then I'm assuming from the way it looks is that the fans really escalated this thing. And we even saw at some point that they were calling for Olivia's arrest and this investigation and all of this. And then it came out on early May that this is a picture that was on Dom's Twitter page as she was advertising for her OnlyFans. And the thing about that is that when it's moved to a place like Twitter or Instagram or any social media platform and posted there, according to what is being said, is that there's no rights to privacy. Whereas different when it's something behind not one but two paywalls on the OF platform, and they have strict rules about things being shared from the platform. Now, it's one thing if you pull out a picture and share it on your own social media platform, which is what Dom had did, and she even talked about that. I did a video about this early back in May, so I'll link that video at the end of this video that I'm currently doing. But that was the whole thing. And obviously, because it was in a place where there's no rights to privacy, that's probably what kept the network out of trouble, because somebody had to approve that. We don't know whether it's Dom. We don't know whether it's the network. We don't know what it was. But somebody had to approve that in order for it to even be promoted on a television show. This situation is different. Whether it was, the talk show that pulled it, or even somebody that pulled it and sent it to the talk show. They watched this thing 18 times. And then, of course, it went further. It looked like we didn't hear any more from Ella in that particular recording. But, and Ella put out the statement. But also, we heard her, meaning Dom, contact Jack. And then it's talking about all of that. And the show said, hey, let's watch it again. And we've watched it for 18 times. And they're laughing and all of that. None of that happened on the show. It was brought up as a storyline and it went way left. And it looks like everybody's upset at, of course, at Olivia, calling her hypocrite. People calling it karma. There is no revenge in the word karma. Usually karma comes from the universe or any other way of doing things. This, no. I don't want to attach those types of things to karma, especially from a TV show. It's not like she actually did this on a real live outside of a produced show. They did. And, not per se Dom and Ella, and Ella said they had no idea what was coming their way. It's what you do after that point. Maybe because Dom speaks of anti-bullying. She had this whole party about my body, my choice, and, there are some content creators that are looking at this and say, well, wait a minute, you promoted one thing and now you're doing something different. So I wanted to share this with you guys to give you guys my thoughts on it. I know some of you guys may have heard of it, especially if you are in Australia. And I do have a lot of Australia fans on this channel. So I wanted to talk about it. I like to keep you guys up to date, as I always say. But I think this is a really, really bad situation that has gone left. And they have been in the news. First, the cheating scandal. They got back together. And now this. Now, this whole thing was out of their control. Yes, what they do behind closed doors on a paid, restricted website, it's up to them. Okay? But for somebody to do exactly what they accusing her of doing, it looks extremely hypocritical. And like I say, that's not karma. Two wrongs don't make a right in my book. And I cut it down the middle here. If it was, true what happened with Olivia pulling it behind a paywall, Dom's pictures, I'll be saying the exact same thing. But we know what TV is, and especially not so reality TV. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Take a step back and look at the situation, not based on taking sides, but see the situation for what it is. You might not like Olivia, and yeah, I know there's some people that might not like Dom in this situation, but you got to look at this as a realistic place and very objectively and see what your answer is in this whole situation. All right? So until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.